During a military exercise, a main infantry fighting vehicle of the Chinese Communist Party fired a smoke grenade that precisely exploded on the reviewing stand packed with officials. Whether it was an accident or someone using this as a means to eliminate rivals, this incident will have a huge impact on Xi Jinping. Footage revealed by foreign media shows that during the two sessions, the level of scrutiny by security personnel providing special protection for Xi Jinping was as meticulous as hand-polishing a 5-nanometer chip. The mentality of a dictator is now fully exposed. In addition, tens of thousands of people went to bid farewell to Zhang Xuefeng today. Meanwhile, the unprecedented actions taken by the Suzhou authorities are truly rare. Please support my two channels, News Perspective and Shepherd's Perspective. In the previous stages, my channels were sabotaged by CCP internet trolls, resulting in a significant loss of followers and poor viewership. In various aspects, they've all been affected. In fact, both of these channels focus on current affairs and people's livelihoods, speaking up for ordinary citizens. Whether you donate to my channels, subscribe, or like and share the programs, it all supports me. The content I talk about is all information that has been covered up by the CCP, but these are truths that Chinese people must know. This is the prerequisite for change in China. Friends in mainland China can use the one-click VPN for free to watch. It's very convenient and safe, and the CCP can never block it. One-click VPN. This was developed and produced by Chinese-American tech elites in the United States. It doesn't require any technical knowledge or experience with VPNs. All you need to do is scan the QR code on the screen with your phone's camera, and you can automatically bypass the firewall. This VPN link, which is completely free for people in mainland China, relies on crowdfunding support from friends overseas to keep it going. In fact, supporting this project is helping our compatriots in the mainland. It can truly be considered a great act of merit. The donation link is placed below each day's video program. It doesn't matter how much you donate, just give according to your own ability. For every $2,000 raised, we can generate 100 VPN links, allowing tens of thousands of people in China to access overseas content around the clock without interruption. On behalf of our compatriots in the mainland, I sincerely thank you all. Highlight 8, Truth Shepherd tells it like it is. Hello viewers and friends, and welcome to News Highlights. I'm Li Muyang. Today is Saturday, March 28th, Eastern U.S. time, and Sunday, March 29th, Asia Pacific time. A video was just deleted from mainland China's Douyin, but it has already been shared abroad and is spreading quickly. The video shows that during a military exercise, an infantry fighting vehicle fired a smoke grenade, which accurately hit an observation post not far away. As white smoke billowed, the people on the observation post scrambled to escape in panic. Let's take a look at this video first.
Why am I on vacation now? Damn, this is so embarrassing. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Alright then, where exactly should I put this thing? Wait, stop, 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 stop!
This happened during a report-back exercise by a certain unit of the Chinese Communist Party involving soldiers on an armored vehicle. A mistake occurred, and a smoke grenade was fired onto the viewing platform. Judging by the looks of it, that observation platform, which looks like a big dirt mound, had about 20 people on it. Reportedly, they were all observers and high-ranking military officials. Some netizens joked that this was like a military exercise version of bombarding the headquarters. Although the explosion in the video was just a smoke grenade, its power was by no means small. It's unclear whether there were any casualties. Even if there weren't, those observers and military leaders must have been badly frightened. Reportedly, that infantry fighting vehicle was the Chinese ZBD-04A, which is the core mainstay tracked infantry fighting vehicle of the Chinese military. It was developed by China's Norinco Group, who copied the Russian BMP-3 and designed the chassis based on that, piecing together this vehicle. The infantry fighting vehicle is mainly used to operate in coordination with heavy armored units such as the Type 99A main battle tank. According to publicly available information, the ZBD-04 infantry fighting vehicle is 7.2 meters long, 3.2 meters wide, and 2.5 meters high, with a weight of about 24 tons. It can carry 10 people at the same time, including a commander, a driver, a gunner, and 7 infantry soldiers. As for the weapon system, it retains the twin-barrel turret design of the Russian BMP-3. The main gun can fire high-explosive grenades or gun-launched anti-tank missiles. The coaxial weapons include a 30mm automatic cannon and a 7.6mm machine gun. In addition, it is equipped with a smoke grenade launcher, a laser warning system, and an advanced fire control system. Judging by the explosion of the smoke grenades, the power is indeed impressive. You can really see that the CCP's weaponry is quite formidable. From now on, I won't dare to underestimate the CCP's military equipment. However, the gunner of this combat vehicle is honestly a bit comical. I really have my doubts. Was it actually a mistake? Judging from the voice speaking in the video, it seems that the gunner might have made an operational error and accidentally fired a smoke grenade at the observation post. After seeing the explosion and smoke, he kept saying things like, "This is so embarrassing, it's over," and so on. So based on these reactions, it seems like it was a mistake made by the gunner. If it really was a mistake, it raises doubts about how familiar Chinese soldiers are with their weapons. How could their proficiency be so poor that such mistakes happen? This was just a smoke grenade. What if it had been a powerful shell? It's likely that everyone on that platform would have been gone. And this happened during a drill. If such serious mistakes keep happening during exercises, then if a real war were to break out under high stress, what would happen then? Everyone knows that the Chinese Communist Party frequently conducts military drills, ranging from large-scale exercises at the theater command level to smaller ones at local armed forces departments. The scale of these military exercises varies. When I was on the mainland, I once did an interview about this. On site, I observed at least 3 small-scale drills conducted by the Armed Forces Department. In my opinion, all 3 exercises were just for pleasing the leaders. They were purely for show. They put on a display, the leaders were happy to watch, and then they went off to drink. Additionally, as far as I know, local drills conducted by the Chinese Communist Party usually use rubber bullets. The shell is filled with ammunition, and the bullet heads are made of rubber. During the exercises, whether it's firing guns or cannons, you can see flames coming out of the gun barrels and cannon muzzles, but those rubber bullets won't cause any harm to people. However, from this video, we can see that the power of the smoke grenades is quite significant. This suggests that it was very likely a real smoke grenade, rather than the rubber bullets used in drills. So this raises a question. Was it a mistake made by that soldier, or is there something fishy going on? As everyone knows, the tactic of using someone else to do your dirty work is quite common on the mainland. If someone tampered with the smoke grenade, then it brings up another issue. Xi Jinping is fixated on unifying Taiwan and claims he won't rule out the use of force. But if war really breaks out, will the guns and cannons of the CCP's army definitely be aimed at the enemy? Is it possible that someone might turn their guns around and create an accident? What I really want to know now is, what does the extremely death-fearing Xi Jinping think about this? Does he dare to give the order for an armed invasion of Taiwan? Has he already been so scared that he's become impotent? The range of a tank or a gunner's mistake is limited. But if a missile, or even a hypersonic missile, or a bunker buster is launched and a similar mistake happens, wouldn't Zhongnanhai become a graveyard? Today, a Japanese netizen shared a clip broadcast by Japan's TBS TV station. It is said that during the CCP's 2 sessions, a rare scene was captured showing the conference staff. The preparations made for Xi Jinping's special security and services were incredibly meticulous. You could say they took it to the extreme. Many viewers have told me that the Red Sea cucumber works quite well. But it's often out of stock, which is really inconvenient. Well, now there's a solution. Red Sea Cucumber has launched a custom order service. With stable supply, there won't be any shortages. For friends who need long-term health maintenance, this custom order is the best option. It's the best choice. Opportunities like this don't come around often, and this custom order promotion isn't always available. Plus, there are discounts. If you order the 60-piece custom set, you'll receive a gift of deep yellow ginseng slices. What I'm holding here is the 30-piece custom set. If you order a box of 30, you'll get a free Korean sunscreen. Additionally, everyone who places a custom order will receive an extra $10 voucher. Just think about how cost-effective this is, and it's even more advantageous for friends in mainland China. For the 60-piece custom set, in addition to the deep yellow ginseng slices, you'll also get a whole 6-year-old honey black ginseng root. The more you buy, the more you get. Also, whether you choose to customize or not, as long as you purchase this Red Sea Cucumber Health Gel, everyone can use my discount code XWKD to enjoy a 15% discount. The video revealed by foreign media is 2 minutes and 57 seconds long. The narration throughout is in Japanese with no Chinese, and it also has Japanese subtitles. According to an AI translation, the subtitles say, "A special presence, Xi Jinping's chair was wiped clean." The footage shows a young man in a dark suit and tie. He walks over to the seat next to Xi Jinping's, carefully adjusts the placement of the documents, and then smoothly sits down in the chair. He adjusts the position and comfort of the chair. Then this person extends both his left and right hands. He carefully feels around under the table with both hands, presumably checking for any foreign objects or devices, worried that there might be a timed bomb that could take Xi Jinping's life. The scene shifts to a man with graying hair wearing a mask, fiddling with a semi-transparent plastic bag. He takes 2 pens out of the plastic bag and carefully places them above a stack of white sticky notes. The scene changes again to a young woman in a dark work uniform, also wearing a mask, holding a white wet wipe. She carefully wipes the area of the desk in front of Xi Jinping's seat, and when she cleans the voting button panel, you can really see how meticulous she is. Honestly, her level of attention is on par with a master craftsman hand-polishing a 5-nanometer chip. Then, she even uses a piece of cardboard to fan the area. To speed up the drying of the desktop, another female staff member in a red outfit seems to think that's still not enough. She also joined in and fanned the area. Then, the staff member in black took out a white tissue. She wiped down the chair that Xi Jinping was going to sit on, from top to bottom, once again. I think this scene should be quite familiar to everyone. This is exactly what North Korea does. Before Kim Jong-un met with Putin in Beijing, and even afterwards, his security personnel would meticulously wipe everything down, leaving no spot untouched. But this isn't unique to North Korea. West Korea does the same thing. The footage also shows 2 male staff members dressed in dark clothing. They are using a ruler to measure, seemingly to determine the distance between Li Chang's seat and Xi Jinping's seat. The footage also shows several female attendants in red uniforms serving cups on the podium. They are pouring water, and their movements can be described as extremely coordinated and precise. In my opinion, if the number of people was sufficient, they could easily form an honor guard to participate in a military parade. For the September 3rd parade, Xi Jinping could just have those female attendants from Zhongnanhai take part. After pouring water into all those cups, the footage then shows 2 more female attendants. One of the girls, dressed in a dark-colored uniform, is carrying a tray with 2 cups over to Xi Jinping's seat. The girl in the red uniform takes the tray, while the girl in the black uniform very carefully places the 2 cups on the table. At this moment, another young man in a black uniform walks over, seemingly watching their every move. I think he might be supervising them. After the girl sets down the teacups, she carefully adjusts the angle of the cups, probably to make it easier for Xi Jinping to pick them up. Then, she picks up the lid of one of the cups, gently shakes off the water on it, and then puts the lid back on. In the video, there is a brief introduction in Japanese. Xi Jinping's drink is delivered by what appears to be a dedicated staff member. It is also specifically pointed out that only Xi Jinping has 2 cups on the table in front of him. Other officials have only 1 cup on their tables. Even with such trivial and boring matters, they handle everything with utmost seriousness and meticulousness. It's on par with the level of handcrafting 5-nanometer chips. Yet, during military exercises, which should be taken extremely seriously, things like shelling the headquarters can still happen. This is the Chinese Communist Party. This is the kind of serious nonsense carried out by the staff under Xi Jinping's rule, which actually reflects the mentality of Xi Jinping as a dictator. After all the effort of carrying 200 jin of wheat and trekking 10 miles through the mountains without switching shoulders, having climbed to this position, there has to be some sense of achievement and authority, right? To put it bluntly, it's the feeling of a petty person who has finally made it. He needs people to see that he's different, to recognize his special status and position. After all, it's said that someone like this only comes along once in several thousand years. In addition, this also further reflects Xi Jinping's fear and fear of death. He knows exactly what he has done. After committing so many wrongdoings and losing the people's support, he is always afraid and worried that someone might try to harm him. This is a common problem among rogue dictatorial leaders, not just Xi Jinping. It's the same in other dictatorial countries as well. But can Xi Jinping really avoid death just because he's afraid of it? Will being afraid of death keep him from dying? Khamenei, in order to avoid being assassinated by the US-Israeli coalition, spent years hiding like a rat in underground bunkers. But in the end, he still couldn't escape and was beheaded all the same. Because when heaven decides to take someone, not even a minute will be delayed. Xi Jinping is still making a fuss now because his part in the play isn't over yet. Let's wait until his role is finished, and then we'll see what happens. Zhang Xuefeng, who suddenly passed away on the afternoon of the 24th, had his funeral held today at a funeral home in Suzhou. Although the ceremony was kept simple, there was no memorial service and no offerings or condolence gifts were accepted, but still a large number of people spontaneously came to pay their respects. According to local netizens, starting from 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, many people drove from all directions to the site and lined up. Numerous online videos show that people waiting to pay their respects to Zhang Xuefeng formed long lines stretching for several kilometers. Even though several people were walking side by side, the end of the line was still nowhere in sight. It is said that there were tens of thousands of people. Among those in line, many were students and parents who had traveled from other places. Some people were holding flowers, some were carrying their admission letters, others had thank you notes, and some brought Zhang Xuefeng's favorite foods and so on. Those scenes were truly touching. The road leading to the funeral home, Mudong Road, was completely jammed. Delivery couriers lined the streets, constantly bringing bouquets sent by people in mourning. Each bouquet had a card attached, expressing the heartfelt sentiments of the mourners. Actually, people are mourning Zhang Xuefeng, lining up in long queues to bid him farewell. I believe that many of them are genuinely expressing their heartfelt longing for him. But we also can't rule out another possibility, that some people are using this as an opportunity to express a pain deep inside that they can't put into words. Because in China, under the rule of the Chinese Communist Party, people's true feelings inside cannot be easily expressed. As for Zhang Xuefeng, even though he was a top internet celebrity, he was still just an ordinary person. Yet so many people spontaneously went to see him off, which is truly remarkable. Here, I don't want to comment on what kind of person Zhang Xuefeng was. I'll leave that for everyone to judge for themselves. Just as one netizen said, no matter how you evaluate others, the people will make their own judgment. What I want to say here is that tens of thousands of people went to see Zhang Xuefeng off, and the videos and photos of this are being widely circulated online. This is highly unusual. Obviously, this could only happen with the tacit approval of the authorities, otherwise it would have been impossible, as everyone knows. The Chinese Communist Party does not allow people to gather in large groups, especially under Xi Jinping's regime, which emphasizes the overall sense of national security. They require early detection and early intervention using technology and manpower to strictly control public gatherings. Because the Chinese Communist Party is worried that such scenes could spiral out of control and turn into mass incidents that threaten stability. However, local netizens have pointed out that despite the scene of tens of thousands of people seeing him off, the Suzhou authorities did not forcibly stop or disperse the crowd. Although a large number of police, SWAT officers, traffic police, and security guards were also dispatched to the scene, those personnel were only there to maintain order, set up barriers, guide the flow of people, and even brought in mobile toilets for the convenience of the crowd. They even provided convenient services for the public. According to the official rhetoric of the Chinese Communist Party, the actions taken by the Suzhou authorities can be said to be fully in line with public sentiment. But according to the rhetoric within the CCP officialdom, this crosses the political red line of the party. It is completely contrary to Xi Jinping's intentions. So why did the Suzhou authorities act this way? Did they find a suitable excuse? Are they using this approach to express dissatisfaction with Xi Jinping's regime? In my view, this possibility cannot be ruled out. In fact, those who hope for the collapse and disintegration of the CCP, those who wish for Xi Jinping to be taken away by heaven, are not only the ordinary Chinese people struggling to survive, but also many within the system itself. They all share these thoughts. It's just that within the system, they are intimidated by Xi Jinping and the CCP regime and dare not express them openly. If they ever get such an opportunity, the truth will come to light. In the movie Let the Bullets Fly, Zhang Mazi brings money and guns to the people. But everything is taken away by Huang Xilang, and the anger in everyone's hearts is stirred up, yet they still don't dare to act. They don't dare to openly resist until Zhang Mazi publicly beheads Huang Xilang's double. At that moment, the speed at which people rush to the watchtower to seize the property already says it all. So speaking of this, there's a question I'd like to ask everyone. If the great leader didn't live to be 150 years old and one day he passed away, would there really be so many ordinary people spontaneously coming to see him off? I welcome everyone to have a lively discussion about this in the comments section. This is a very interesting topic. Alright, that's all I wanted to share with everyone today. Once again, I'd like to remind you that Shen Yun is currently on a world tour. The performances in New York have already been running for a few days, and there are a total of 18 shows. There are only a few tickets left, so if you don't seize the opportunity, you might not get another chance this year, so be sure to act quickly. When purchasing tickets on the Shen Yun official website, you can use my discount code, my2026, to save a few dollars on service fees. If you haven't bought your tickets yet, hurry up. Friends in North America can all take advantage of this special offer. Stay tuned. Truth Shepherd brings you the facts. See you again tomorrow, viewers.